Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about how to draw clothes. As you see, I prepared a few examples on my iPad here, and today we're gonna deep dive into the most easy way or the easiest way on how to draw clothes and how to actually create this kind of very fashionable um, designs. So as you see, we are going to talk to be working on the iPad and on paper as well. So I'm going to use the iPad to break down the shapes as you see here. So for example, if we start with this one, so this one actually, if we break down this design, it's gonna be very easy. Like we have our shoulders here, 2 points, yeah, and we have the spine in the middle, and we have this part which is going to be this direct as into this direction. It's gonna be like the opposite of the shoulder as you see here, and we have the legs, and of course the hand, and the other one. So the easiest way is actually to break down the shape into different shape, like into very simple shapes. Like for example, if I want to break down this design into several shapes, I can do like 3 rectangle or triangle here and triangle the opposite way. This is like the simplest way to break down any shape, and the same goes actually for this one. So if I want to draw the anatomy here, so we have the spine, we have the shoulders, which we are going to use like 2 simple points: the spine, the wrist, and the legs, of course, and the hand as well. So again, if we want to break down this design into the simplest shape that we can see, so it's gonna be like either triangle or simple rectangle, another rectangle, another one, and another one. So this is actually the simplest way of starting with any design you want. So taking that into consideration, yeah, we can actually start practicing with the first example, which is gonna be like this one. So on paper, as we represented here, we're going to start with simple sphere that actually emphasize or indicates the neck. We need to secondly define the direction of our shoulder, because as you see, the direction of this one is actually different than this one, so than this one. So as you clearly see, the shoulder direction is way too important to actually start with the design and to have like a very nice looking body shape if you are drawing body. So secondly, as we said, so this is the neck, and this is the secondly we draw or we defined the shoulder direction, which is going to be this way, and this is our shoulders with simple sphere. Secondly, we defined the spine. So is the spine going this direction, or is this spine going this direction, or is this spine going this direction? So the spine direction is way too important to actually, because this is actually what indicates how the body is directed. Is the body directed this way or this way or this way? So the shoulder direction together with the spine is actually the most, in my opinion, I would say the most 2 important things that you need to define first before starting doing anything. So now we have the spine direction, which is going to be this way, and we have the wrist direction, which as you see here, if I put a point here and a point here, it's actually usually goes on the opposite side, to the shoulders, like the shoulders going this way, as you see, and the rest is actually going this way. So again, going back to our example, and ideally, as you see here, if I connect these lines, these 2 points together, the shape of our body, the anatomy works this way, that the shoulders are usually wider than the rest. So having that said, it means if I now define this point and this point, which are going to be these two, and connect these, I'm gonna have something like that. This is a very good start actually, because it actually represents and matches what we have here. So now continuing doing the lower part of the body, which is actually the upper leg and the leg. So it's gonna be something like that. Yeah. So again, we go to the opposite direction, which is going to be this way and this way. So now we can define where our the hand is. So the hand, if I want to draw 2 points here, exactly where my hand ends, my arm and hand start. So and I'm gonna have a line right here and a line right here. So having that said, if I want to define where this point should start, and I draw a line, very simple line here like this, so it's gonna start approximately like here. So if I draw a line now, simple line, so it means my hand is gonna be this way. Here we go. And the same goes for the second hand, which is going to be invisible because it goes to the rear side, to the back side, sorry, of the body. So what's visible is actually only this part. Here we go. So as you see, now we have the main shape of the body. Yeah. Now we can dive into adding more details. Let me change the color here. For example, let me go with any color is okay. Let's go with red or black. Yeah, red's okay. Red's okay. So now we want to start drawing the t-shirt, as you see here. So we have this shape and we have this shape. So these two lines. So having that said, we can now follow these by drawing these two lines, and the second shirt, which is the inner one, which is going to be this way, and the cravat as well. Here we go. So now we have approximately the shape actually, and it looks pretty much accurate to the drawing we have there right here. So now we can actually draw the hand, which is going to be this way. Just simple line, okay? We are not now deep diving into adding these wrinkles and these details. It's too early for that. So now we just like draw very simple lines, okay? And yeah, create the shoulder as well. We create the wrist. The same goes for this one. I'm just connecting these dots together, as you see. Why? Because having the shape correct and accurate from the beginning, it actually makes my life much easier now. Just connecting these dots, and that's it. That's all you need to do. And this is the sleeves, as you see here, it goes this direction. Here we go. And we have this part of the shirt also visible. It's very simple rectangle, not rectangle, sorry, triangle. And we have the buttons. So now we need to do the skirt. The skirt is super simple, as you see, because as you clearly see that the skirt is just like this shape. Is kind of like rectangle or triangle, you can call it. I will call it rectangle. And yeah, we already have the shape. We can just like connect these dots together, and as you see, now we have the shape, we have everything, and it looks actually accurate. So now if I can use, before using this pen, I'm gonna add some more details into the skirt, because as you see, the skirt does have some wrinkles that needs to be considered. Yeah, so having that said, the wrinkles goes actually to, this is the shirt actually, yeah, and the wrinkles or the skirt goes this way, and the wrinkles goes actually something like that. Yeah, all of these wrinkles are directed into this way, into this point. So having that said, we can now create very simple wrinkles, as you see, and very nice. They look good in a very simple way, because now I'm just following the main shape that I just created there, which is actually this one. If your shape is accurate and correct, it makes it much easier for you. So now you can use this pen or different pen just to highlight your shape. This is too thin. Let me just pick another one. Yeah, this one is okay. So as you see now, just highlighting everything. Here we go, some wrinkles. And the sleeves as well. Just highlighting, okay? I'm not gonna add too much details into that, because today is just about like how to understand the human body and how to actually draw clothes in a very simple and very nice and yeah, simple way, an interesting way. So as you see, we started breaking down our body, as this body, into different shapes, and from these shapes we start gradually adding details more and more and more. Yeah, so let's take another example. Another example will be maybe, yeah, I prepared actually too many examples here. Of course, we are not going to cover all of them because it's gonna be way too much. So maybe we can cover something like, oh, sorry. Yeah, we can cover this one actually. So now, as you see, this one, in compared to the one we drew, is actually exactly the opposite direction. Yeah, and this also needs to be considered. So again, having that said, if we go back to our iPad here to break down our shape, first we have the neck. Let me change the color to yellow to make it, just 1 second, please. Yeah. Yeah. So we have our neck, we have the shoulders, and if I connect these shoulders together, I'm gonna have the shoulder direction, and the second step is to define the spine direction, which is going to be this way, this one. And again, now the rest direction, which is going to be the opposite of this one. It's gonna be this way, because they goes exactly the opposite. If the shoulder is this way, then the rest is gonna be this way. As we saw here, the shoulder is going to be directed this way, so it means my wrist is going to be directed this way, ideally speaking. Yeah, so yeah, the hand, and again the skirt or the lower part of the body. So this is the simplest way to break down this shape again. Yeah, let me just go, yeah, this way. Maybe I make this a little bit darker, just bear with me a little bit. I think this way is gonna be, yeah, better, because the white color in background was causing some exposure in our camera. So now it's a little bit better. Maybe it's too much, maybe it's a little bit, yeah, here we go. Yeah, let's go with this. So again, going back to our example, so we start again. Let's try to get this shape also in the same, or in a very simple, not simple, but similar scale. Yeah, so I'm going to draw a line here, right here, just to give me a better understanding where my line should start. Let me switch to HB. So now again, we can start with the neck here. Yeah, and I'm drawing line from the previous shape, because I wanna have the two body at the approximate same scale. Okay, that's why I'm using this line. So now I need to define the spine or the upper shoulder, this one. So let's start with the shoulder first. So the shoulder is gonna be directed this way, and the spine is gonna be directed this way. Yeah, and again the rest. So before doing the rest, let's define how broad or how wide my shoulders are. So it's gonna be something like that. No, it's too much here, too tight, so maybe like there. Yeah, and now we define the second line, which is going to be the rest here. So we go this way, and as I said, the rest is ideally, as you see here, tighter and thinner than the shoulder. This is how human anatomy works, and this is how our body are. So having that said, we have now the upper body, the upper part of our body, and the second part, which is going to be the skirt or the lower part of our body. Here we go. So now again we draw these points, these 3 points, which represents where my arm starts and ends, and where my hand starts and ends, which is going to be approximately something like here. Yeah, as you see. So if I draw a line here, very simple line, it's actually like a little bit upper than the rest line, which is going to be here. Yeah, and again for this one, here we go. Now I notice that the shoulder is a little bit too much, so we can maybe make it a little bit straighter this way. Here we go. So now, yeah, now it looks okay. So as you see, it's fully okay to adjust these lines at the very beginning if you feel that your shape is not really accurate. It's actually better to fix these lines now before deep diving and adding these details. It's much better actually. Yeah, here we go. So now we can start adding our details. So here we go. You just reduce this. No, this is better now. So by adding the drawing first, so the shoulders, which are going to be here, something like that, and the hand as well, the t-shirt, the sleeves, and the rest, and the other sleeves and shoulder as well. As you see, I'm just now following the main line that I just drew, because this is actually what these guiding lines are for. This is actually just like to make it easier for you to follow these lines and to get the shape accurate. As you can clearly see, now it's just much easier and very handy, very comfortable to actually get the shape right. I'm just following this shape now, using my guiding lines here. And the cravat as well. Here we go. Yeah. So now we can use our other pen, so the other pen, to highlight our shape. This one is okay. Now we can easily, as you see here, add details and nothing will go wrong, because our shape is from the beginning accurate, which actually helps us and makes our life much easier now to get the whole shape accurate and correct, and actually, the most importantly, matching this design. Here we go. So now we can add some details like the skirt, as we said before. Here we go. Maybe some wrinkles here, just to represent. Maybe a little bit of shading in the inside. Just to emphasize these, yeah? So now we can maybe start shading or adding some even more details into our design. Like, for example, we can add some shadings right here, the inner sleeve, just to give some depth into our design. As you see, they are like very small details, but nevertheless, they actually do add something very, very nice to our design. Like, as you see here, some thickness maybe right here, some shadings. Right here, highlighting some lines. Wherever I have a shadow, it needs to be a little bit darker, like this way. Maybe the wrinkles as well. Just a little bit of details. We are just sketching, as you see, but it actually like gives us a little bit of richer drawing, and it makes it nicer just to add these details. And the same applies for this one. Even sketching, you can actually shade a little bit and just to add some more information into your drawing. As you see, it's like very quick sketching, but not random though, because for example, why I'm adding this here, because I'm gonna have a shadow right here under these arms, and below, under the wrist or the breast of this body is gonna be shaded a little bit because it's gonna be darker, logically speaking, yeah? So that's why I'm adding some more details. The same goes actually for this part as well. Yeah. Here we go. So I'm gonna stop right here. So try it out at home. As you see here, we just like talked about how to break and how to start drawing a human body, and especially like not only anatomy, but how the body direction goes, how to understand the body direction, and how to start drawing clothes. It doesn't matter if they are simple or complicated. You can actually, with this method, you can really draw anything you want, any body direction and any clothes that you see in front of you, or you want to imagine and design by yourself, because the method is simple. It makes it easier for you to understand and to start your drawing and to eventually get it accurate and in a nice shape, as you see here. So try it out at home. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. I hope this video was helpful. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next session. Bye bye.